guys, happy Wednesday. I hope you're having a great week. I miss you guys so much. So much. So I have something special, a special message for each and every one of you. I think about every one of you all the time. Here's one message right here. You are special. You are special to everybody at church, to your family, to God. You are so special. Okay? Let's see, what about you are loved. You are so very loved. And you are missed. I already said it, I miss you so much, and I think about every single one of you. I promise. I go down my list of all of my kids at church, and I pray for each one of you, and I think about you all the time. So you are so very special, so very loved, and you're missed. So I want to ask you, how do you feel when somebody tells you that? That feels pretty good, doesn't it? Especially when they call you by name, or they make it very personal, like they send a card in the mail, or anything like that, or send a message on the phone. Anything like that that is personalized to you, and you get a special message like that, it makes us feel very special and very loved, right? I've had many times that something like that has happened, or somebody just sends a card, like a birthday card or anything like that, and I feel so special and I feel so loved. So I want to encourage us to do that for our friends. Some of the friends that, like our friends at church that we don't get to see right now, we can send them a card, or we could send a message, like on the phone. If mom or grandma let you maybe send a text message on their phone to their mom or whoever it is, and they can pass that on to them. Or even if you want to just make some cards like this, make your own card, draw a picture, whatever you want to do, and maybe be able to drop it in the mailbox and mail it to your friends, or even the adults in church. It doesn't have to be the older adults. It can be them. It could be any of the adults that you're missing right now. I do have everybody's address for the church, so if you're needing those, get mom or dad or grandma or whoever it is to just message me, and I can give them those addresses if you need them to make it a little bit easier. I want to kind of our inspiration for this today is from the Bible, of course. We want to get our inspiration from that. I noticed something about the New Testament. We talk a lot about the Old Testament and the New Testament. And I noticed something in the New Testament, that it is a lot of letters that Paul or Peter, some of the different people, wrote letters to their friends that they couldn't see right then. So it's kind of like what we're going through right now. It's like we have our friends at church and we go to church, but we're not able to go right now. So that's something that we could do. We could write letters or send cards. So just like I think this is First Thessalonians that I'm going to read some verses from in just a minute. This is a letter from Paul and Silas and Timothy. They wrote a letter to the people in, I think it was called Thessalonica. I think that was the country or town, Thessalonica. I believe that's right. But they were writing a letter because they had been there and they helped start a church there. But then they had to leave, and they traveled around to all different places. Hey, Kitty Joy. They went to all different places to start new churches and help people believe in Jesus. So they started their church, but then they had to leave after a little while, and they left people in charge to help keep that church going. So just like right now, we can't see our friends. We're not able to go visit our friends and see our friends at church like we used to. We can send letters or send cards, or like I said, even a text message if that's what you're able to do, or like a message on Messenger. Any of those ways. We got so many ways to do that now that, like, Paul and Silas, they didn't have that back then. They didn't have the phones and all that kind of stuff. They sent letters. So our Bible verses today, there's several. It's in First Thessalonians chapter 5, and we're going to start in verse 14. It says, and we urge you, brothers, warn those who are idle, encourage the timid, help the weak, be patient with everyone. Make sure that nobody pays back wrong for wrong. But always try to be kind to each other and to everyone else. Be joyful always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. So those are just some really good encouraging things that we can help encourage other people. It says to encourage the timid, the people who are a little more shy, that are a little bit more scared to do things. Encourage them. Help the weak and be patient with everyone. That's just good for any time, right? That's all the time. That's something we can do to help others. Let's see, make sure that nobody pays back wrong for wrong. And that can be hard sometimes. Sometimes somebody does you wrong, we want to pay them back with what they did, right? We want to maybe pay them back, like even more sometimes. Somebody does you wrong, it's kind of hard to not say, I'm going to get you back. But we don't need to do that, because God says that He will handle that. He will pay back wrongs. He will give justice where it's deserved. So we can leave that up to God, give that to Him. He will take care of it. Be joyful always, pray continually. Just pray all the time, all throughout the day. You don't have to be bowing your head and closing your eyes. It could just be a silent prayer in your heart with something you're going through, or just going about your day. You can be praying. You can be talking to God. He is right there. He's like your best friend. He's always there whenever you need Him. Even if you feel like there's nobody else there to talk to, He is right there, and you can talk to Him anytime. He is always there. Okay? And give thanks in all circumstances. Always remember to give thanks to God for all He's done. So I hope you can send out some letters or some cards this week, or like I said, even just text messages or Facebook Messenger, anything, whatever you can do this week. I hope you can encourage other people and tell them that you miss them, because we miss everybody, but we got to make sure they know that they are special and they're missed and that they're loved, because I know sometimes it's hard when we don't get to see everybody, and we don't always think about, oh, this person may be kind of lonely right now. They're not able to go out and do everything. And it doesn't even have to be like older people. There's a lot of older people, like in our church, that aren't able to get out and do things. And, it's hard on them. But even like me, myself, I got lonely for a little while too, because we weren't able to go out and do anything. Everything was closed. Couldn't go out and do anything fun, and it was just sad. It was kind of a sad time for me for a little while. So anybody, it doesn't matter how old they are, or if you think, oh, they're fine, they've got their family, but they're not sad, they're not lonely. They may be. So it's always good to just send out cards to anybody you can think of, or like I said, just a message, just to let them know that you're thinking of them and that they are loved. And I just hope you have a great week. I love you.